This time we're going to be looking at some trig functions. So you're going to have to do some memorization on these guys. But we're going to incorporate some stuff that you've already learned. Right? So let's get busy. Well, you remember back when you were learning derivatives. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about this here real quick. And let's say we had y is equal to sine x. And we wanted to find the derivative of this, or y prime. So remember, we had to memorize that the derivative of sine x was cosine x. Yes. So what happens if I have the integral of cosine x dx? What is this going to be equal to? Now remember, we talked about this earlier. Okay. Well, this is going to be equal to sine x. But this time we got that constant of integration here. So if we were to take the derivative of sine x, we should get back cosine x. See that? Remember, here's our sine x. We take the derivative, we get back cosine x. So you'll have to remember that the integral of cosine x is sine x. But what about the integral of sine x dx? The integral of sine x dx is equal to negative cosine x plus c. So if we take the derivative of cosine x, remember the derivative was negative sine x, so that negative and the negative will cancel out and you'd just be left with sine x. So you're going to have to memorize these guys, the integral of cosine x and the integral of sine x, right? I know that could be confusing right now, but man, the only way you're going to learn this stuff is you're going to have to work a lot of problems. Okay, and once you do, you'll get it down, I promise. T squared. This time the variable of integration is going to be t. We have t squared minus cosine t, and then let's say minus 5 sine t, and let's put a parentheses around everything, and this will be dt. So we're going to incorporate some of the stuff we've already learned plus what we just got through learning, right? So put an equal sign here. This is being continued down to this line. We add 1 to the exponent, so this becomes t raised to the third, and it's over 3. Now what is the integral of cosine t? Right, it is sine t minus, and then of course we have this 5 here. Just go ahead and rewrite it, and the integral of sine is negative cosine t, and then of course we got the plus c out here, and we're going to go ahead and rewrite this again. Minus sine t, and we have a minus, and a minus becomes a plus 5 cosine t plus c. Now remember, we can always take the derivative of this and check our work. Highly suggest it. Alright, so if you took the 3, brought it out front, the 3's on the top and bottom cancel out, and you got a t squared. Taking the derivative of sine t, remember that the derivative of sine t was cosine t, so there's our cosine, and the derivative of cosine t here was going to be a negative sine t. Negative sine t, so that would make that a negative. Alright, so you can always take the derivative of your answer and see what we get back. Hopefully we get back the integrand. Alright, moving right along.